Good evening, and welcome to News of Chexia on Chex TV1. I'm your presenter. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's headlines. Chexian Media monitors a new series of broadcasts from the unauthorized Chexian news service, including reports containing disputed claims about Chexia and its institutions. The Exlepinan state broadcaster OTF Holdings continues publishing material presenting the so-called Chexia as a separate state, including aviation announcements and updated maps containing disputed territorial representations. A review of earlier Kvex broadcasts shows a longer history of misleading reports concerning Chexia, including a 2024 report making claims about the condition of Chex City. And later tonight, the latest weather forecast for Mahaven, Chex City, Rotterdam, Genovelet, and Vixenadal. We begin tonight with developments concerning the recently launched Chexian news broadcasts. The service, distributed through Exlepinan media channels, has expanded from a continuous visual feed featuring graphics, tickers, weather information, exchange rates, and other information screens into a format containing short-spoken news reports. Earlier versions of the service operated primarily as a continuous information channel. Recent broadcasts have introduced short news segments under the title Wiiadamasi Chexian Yusu. The latest edition included reports covering exports, political claims concerning East Chexia, and a consumer segment involving products and pharmacies. The broadcast opens with the presenter speaking before a white screen with black text appears reading paid news and hidden contracts, before a rough green screen stamp animation is pressed onto the screen, ending with a red square and X. Chexian media analysts say the sequence appears intended to dismiss accusations of paid news and hidden agreements through dramatic visual symbolism. The reports themselves are presented in a language not used by the population of the recognized Republic of Chexia. Linguistic observers describe the language as a fictionalized Slavic-style language with similarities to Exlepinan or Dnieprian language forms. Chexian Television notes that during earlier periods of conflict, Exlepinan media productions have used unfamiliar language formats while distributing political messaging about Chexia. After Chexian reports began analyzing the broadcasts more closely, the service appears to have moved away from English and into the current fictionalized language. One of the segments reviewed by Chexian Television was titled Exports of Our Nation to Kin. To examine the claims made in this report, we go to our correspondent. The segment displayed a crop recording of a spreadsheet containing percentages in fictional categories. The presentation gives the appearance of official economic statistics. However, the report does not provide information about the source of the figures, the meaning of the listed categories, the period covered, or the methods used to calculate the data. Economic analysts say that figures presented without verifiable sources and additional context cannot independently confirm the accuracy of economic claims. The low resolution and tight crop suggest the material may have been recorded directly from a screen rather than prepared as a polished news graphic. Chexian Television notes that the segment originally appeared at 480p before later broadcasts were uploaded in 1080p. While the higher resolution improves the presentation, it does not resolve the question of what the figures actually mean or where they came from. The same broadcast also included a political segment concerning East Chexia and Chexian media. The report used footage from Chex TV1, the official service of Chexian Television, accompanied by subtitles and commentary in the Exlepinan language broadcast. Chexian Television confirms that the footage originates from its own broadcasts but states that the material was removed from its original context and used to support claims not made by Chexian Television. The broadcaster has also previously observed the unauthorized use of unrelated foreign television material within the same media environment, including footage originating from the Aruba Broadcasting Network. The online activity of OTV Holdings has also continued to attract attention. A recent post announced alleged future flight routes from airports in the claimed Chexia, listing airlines, destinations, terminals, and identification requirements. The publication presented domestic and international services as established facts. Chexian authorities state that publishing transport schedules and airport information does not establish international recognition of an administration or change the legal status of Chexian territory. Another post from OTF Holdings presented an updated map of the Miaoko area. The map displayed the so-called Exlepinan Democratic Republic of Chexia as a separate entity from the Republic of Chexia and included several disputed geographical representations. Chexian cartographic officials identified several issues, including the designation of Chex City as the capital of the Republic of Chexia, the reduction of Mahaven's status despite it being the capital, and inaccurate distances between major cities. Officials say such maps can influence public perception by presenting political claims as ordinary geographic information. The current media dispute follows a longer history of contested broadcasts. In June 2024, the former Exlepinan broadcaster Vex published a report making claims that Chex City had been destroyed. The report used dramatic imagery and presented a fictional scenario concerning damage to the city. At the time, relations between Chexia and Exlepinan had not yet fully deteriorated. However, Chexian media analysts say the relationship worsened after that period, although the exact point at which normal relations ended remains unclear. Chexian Television continues to state that it will report on developments using verified information and will not produce fabricated material in response to disputed broadcasts. We now turn to the latest situation along the border. Security officials report that the situation remains stable. Monitoring continues along affected areas, and authorities say there have been no significant changes requiring immediate public action. Officials continue to warn citizens about false information circulating online and encourage the public to rely on verified sources. Now, the weather forecast. In Mahaven, partly cloudy skies are expected throughout the day, with moderate temperatures and light winds from the northwest. In Chex City, conditions will remain mostly clear, with warmer temperatures in the afternoon and comfortable conditions in the evening. Rotterdam Dam will experience increased cloud cover, with a possibility of light rain later in the day. In Genevelet, sunny intervals are expected, with mild temperatures and calm winds. And in Vixenadal, cooler conditions will continue, with cloudy periods and occasional showers possible. That concludes tonight's news of Chexia on Chex TV 1. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, and have a good evening.